I'm Father Robert Balacer, the digital Jesuit host of This Week in Enterprise Tech on the TWIT TV network. Again, I'm at Orlando, Florida for Enterprise Connect 2016, and I'm speaking with Pete Parish with Sprint. Pete, there are a lot of vendors here who are offering services, who are offering suites, who are offering feature-filled applications and hardware solutions, but there's one thing that binds them all together, and that is none of them will work if they're not connected. That's what Sprint has come to the show with.
That's correct. We're very excited to be here this year with our latest as-a-service offering, Mobility as a Service. And as you noted, with Mobility as a Service, we're trying to meet that most basic need of how does a business most simply, efficiently, and cost-effectively put a mobile device, be it smartphone, tablet, ruggedized device, in the hands of an employee so that they can utilize great solutions like you see here at Enterprise Connect.
Well, let's talk a little bit about how we got to that mobile as a service, because last year you had workplace as a service. What was the progression? What was the development? How did you go from offering clients, offering customers a way to create a mobile workspace to saying, no, we're just going to make the connectivity a service that you can add on to anything that you're building?
Well, 18 months or so ago, we really focused on the as-a-service model as the way we want to develop solutions to meet any business need. So when we talk about as-a-service, there's three basic concepts. We're putting a fully formed solution that includes hardware, software, network connectivity, and support. And we're doing it very simply with a simple, predictable pay-as-you-go, per-seat, per-month model. So we did that again last year with Workplace as a Service for business office communications. After we tackled that, and I think very successfully last year, we decided, where do we want to focus our attentions next? And we said, what's the most basic problem that businesses are trying to solve? And that's where Mobility as a Service is focused.
We're no strangers to as a service. Everything is becoming as a service, but what Sprint is offering is a little bit different, because as we talk about as a service features, we typically talk about where it will be deployed. It will be deployed on premise, will it be deployed in the cloud, public, private, will it be hybrid. Sprint's as a service comes before all of that. So how do you position it?
Well, we talk about it really as kind of the foundation for business mobility, enterprise connectivity. It's that first step that you take, and then once you've made the decision to deploy Mobility as a Service, the next question is, what do you want to do basically with those mobile devices? And we've got a series of solutions, be they work group collaboration, unified communications is one of the major areas that we're focused. And again, we've got additional solutions. We've got the workplace solution last year. This year we're also highlighting a new solution with DialPad to do unified communications, but more from a mobile perspective.
All right, let's get down to the brass tacks. Let's say in our audience right now, there's an IT manager who is in charge of a small to medium business, and he has 12 employees who need to go out on the road. They're going to have to be completely mobile around the country, but they're going to need to keep the same sort of productivity that they have in the office. How would that manager approach Sprint, and what could Sprint do for that manager?
Right, great question. So when we think about all of our as-a-service offerings, but especially Mobility as a Service, who we're really talking to is that IT manager. They've got a workforce that they're trying to mobilize and equip. They probably are dealing with limited resources. They're dealing with limited capital expense dollars. And what we're trying to do is take away those burdens. So with Mobility as a Service, it's a totally OpEx model, so you don't need to spend your limited CapEx dollars on mobile devices, which very quickly depreciating. There's a number of care and support entitlements that are built into the offering. A lot of things that customers can basically offload to Sprint. We will do that for them, be that device configuration, on-site implementation, help desk type capabilities, and that allows that IT manager to really focus their resources and their dollars on higher order solutions.
if the folks out there wanted to find out more about mobile as a service or workplace as a service or any of the other infrastructure products that Sprint is offering, of course, the best place for them to do it would be at a place like Enterprise Connect, to come to the booth, to speak to the representatives, to talk to the engineers, to see where they might be able to use those services. But if they can't do that, where can they go?
Yeah, so first place I'd point you would be to sprint.com /business. And there we've got links to our leading solutions like mobility as a service and workplace as a solution. You'll find a number of white papers, ebooks, plus additionally, as you subscribe to those additional materials, basically you can request to have a Sprint sales professional contact you and talk to you in more detail.
We've been speaking with Pete Parish, the Sprint Business Product Marketing Man. He's come on to tell us why your infrastructure is going to change. Thank you very much for spending time with us. Now, of course, we do want to encourage people to come to Enterprise Connect, but if you can't, stay tabbed, because I'll be bringing you more and more from EC 2016 in Orlando, Florida.